Thinkers Talk Show. Hello viewers, thank you very much once again today in Thinkers Talk Show. As we had our first episode, we talked about coronavirus, and today we are back again with the second episode that talks about the family. I am your host, Alan Ojiwa, and on the bench here, I have great servants of God, great business people who have come that we may be able to share our views together. So I want to give them a minute, each and every person, to introduce themselves to you viewers. So welcome, Julius.
Hello viewers, I'm Julius Maina, I'm a minister. Karibuni.
Hello viewers, I'm Merinjeri. Karibuni sana.
Hello everyone, my name is Robert Obare. I'm a born-again Christian, and I'm a minister, and I'm a family man.
Hello to you. I'm Josephine Mmoja Obare, a mother, and above all, I'm born again. Jesus is Lord.
Hello viewers, Moses Okila, born again.
So thank you very much, our viewers. As you have heard, we say that we want to talk about the family, and the family is the foundation of everything. And here on the bench, we are blessed. We have Mr. and Mrs. Obare. This is a family that is blessed by the Lord, and their marriage, we believe that has been sustained by the grace of the Lord. So I want to give them this opportunity, a wonderful couple, just to tell us about family. So Mr. Obare, can you tell us the word family? What does it mean?
Okay, thank you, Alan. Family, the word family is very broad, but I'll just restrict myself to human beings. That a family is a group of people that are related to each other either through legal or through biological bonds, and they share some common characteristics, or they have some commonalities. It can be either through marriage, that is husband and a wife, when we're talking of the legal, or it can be biological, whereby you have children, you have brothers, and you have sisters. Yes.
So thank you very much, our brother, Mr. Obare. You have talked of the wife, and you have talked of the husband. And I want to give Mrs. Obare just to tell us about the aunties, the mother-in-laws, the father-in-laws, and all that. Where are they coming in the family?
Thank you so much. Families, mtaniruhusu nitumie Kiswahili,
Asante.
Kiingereza. Family ama familia inaweza kuwa ni mara mbili. Kuna nuclear families na extended families. So extended families ndio inakuwa na hao auntie, uncles na our fathers na cousins. Lakini nuclear inakuwa ni baba, mama, ama father, mother, and the children. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's now the extended family, and we have now known about the nuclear family. And on my right here, we have Julius. I want you just to tell us, from the church point of view, I normally hear people say, this is my sister, this is my brother. Everyone in the church, they are talking like that. Oh, my brother, so and so. So can you tell us, how comes that people are calling brothers and sisters in the church? Is that one part of the family?
Just as my brother Obare has defined a family, his definition talks of a legality and a common relation, a common bond. So you are either family by virtue of marriage legally, that's where we have the father and the mother, and when the children come in, there is that biological attachment. But for the church, by virtue of people calling each other brothers or sisters, these people are never together in terms of relations, neither are they together in terms of legality, but by virtue of sharing a doctrine, the faith that they believe in as one congregation, that is where the aspect of we are a family.
Okay.
That's why I can be able to call you Alan, you are my brother. I'm Julius, you call me a brother. Yet there is no legality or there is no common bond, but we have a common doctrine.
So what makes us together as members of the same family is because we serve Christ.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have the young people here. We have Mary and we have Moses. They are still young, they are coming up, and we believe that a time will come when they'll make a family. So Mary, what do you say about family?
Okay, what I understand about family is about a group of people with a common characteristics. Like I remember when I was in high school, we used to say brothers and sisters, we are a family, and they reply, we are a family, brothers and sisters. So we have that common characteristics of maybe education that is making us to be a family. So a family can be seen in very many aspects. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Moses?
I won't add much to what they've said because actually we all understand what a family is now. A family is a set of people with relation. We talk of who are related with blood, by blood, or the way Mr. Obare said, Madam Obare said, an extended family, people related by law.
So thank you very much, our viewers, and I hope we have heard about the family, whereby we have agreed that we have the nuclear family and we have the extended family. And before we go further, I want to pose a question to the beautiful couple that we have with us today. A time comes, let's say, when someone is getting married, maybe at the time of dowry negotiations. We have the aunties who comes in. We know that they are part of the extended family. And at times you find that they oppress the lady who is supposed to get married and the man because of the demands that they give to the man who wants to marry. So is it allowed according to the tradition, or according to the Bible, or according to the people's point of view? So what do you say?
Okay, thank you, Alan. As you have said, I want to pick from, is it according to the tradition, as I have said. Okay, we have agreed that these are the extended families are part of the families. The aunties, the father,
Yes.
and the brothers,
Yes.
they are all extended.
Yes.
And they have interest in me, for example, or in her. You have used her, for example. Let's say she's getting married.
Yeah.
They have interest in her. Okay, they want the best from her. Okay, and they've been with her for all this time, and maybe they wish the best. But as you said, there are some demands that they can put which are not reasonable. Okay, so that when those demands are become unreasonable, then okay, they can give advice, but it's not a must that they must decide.
So we say that there is that leeway for them to give advice.
Yeah, they can advise,
but they cannot make the final decision.
No.
And in matters of marriage,
yes,
they can get that opportunity to give you advice.
But
not to make the final decision for you.
Yes, because at the end of the day, if it is Jerry, it is the one that is getting married. Jerry has befriended Otieno or Nyango, for example.
Yeah.
They know each other. Okay. Yeah. Now it is it will be very bad if the auntie comes and they tell Jerry, we want 1 million dowry for you, and Mary knows very well that this Onyango cannot afford.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying, that okay, they can give, but at the end of the day, it is Mary to decide. Because Mary knows this person. that is it.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So there is something that I want us, we talk about, the roles. The roles, because now you are married, you have your wife, and you are the man of the house.
Yes.
And we believe from the beginning of creation, there was there was a job that God gave to Adam and also to Eve, that Adam should till the land and feed the family. But the wife will have to undergo through pain for 9 months for her to give birth. So these roles, maybe if we talk about from those time up to this time, are still people in their roles, or are they have forgotten their roles? We know the father, you are to provide for the family. The wife is your helper. So is it happening today? Please, let's hear from Mrs.
Asante sana kwa hilo swali. The roles in the family, somehow kuna pande ile zinaendelea, zinafanyika, na kuna pande ile hazifanyiki. Kuna wale wanafanya majukumu kwa ukamilifu, kuna wale kidogo wanapuuza kwa sababu moja au nyingine. Kwa mfano, ikija ni pande ya mama, kama majukumu ya mwanaume anamtimizia majukumu yote. Kwa hakika majukumu ya mwanaume ni mengi, na utakuta ya kwamba inafika wakati mama anasikia ni kama kuna vile majukumu ambayo anahitaji mwanaume kama kiongozi wa boma hayafanyi kwa ukamilifu. Kwa mfano, kama watoto, jamii imebarikiwa na watoto wamefika umri wa kuanza sasa kuenda shuleni, unakuta ya kwamba labda mwanamume ana kazi lakini malipo si hasa yale ya kikamilifu yanaweza timiza, na unakuta mama mshahara wake kidogo uko juu. So unakuta mama ana play a bigger role ya kutoa pesa, alafu mwanaume atasikia undermined, so itabidi naye ajikakamue ile pesa yake kidogo aje aongezee. Na hapo unakuta kwa sababu mwanaume alisikia huo uchungu ya kwamba mama anatoa pesa mingi kuliko vile yeye mwenyewe anatoa, unakuta pande moja mama atasikia ni kama kuna majukumu yale mume wake ama baba wa nyumba hafanyi vizuri, na hiyo inaleta shida moja, kwamba mama anaanza kuona pesa yake ndiyo inatoka sana, ila hali sio kupenda kwa huyu mwanamume kutoa kidogo, ni hali vile ilivyo. Jambo lingine, wakati mtoto anapanda kidogo, umri unapanda tu kidogo, anafika mahali anataka kusikiza kidogo kutoka kwa baba yake. Kama vile tunaelewa kwa jamii, mtoto msichana huwa upande wa baba, mtoto mvulana huwa upande wa mama. Kimaumbile Mungu aliumba hivyo. Na unakuta ya kwamba sasa baba, na mtanisamehe kwa wale ambao kidogo wanapenda kunywa mvinyo kidogo, unakuta baba ako na marafiki kule nje, yeye starehe zake ni kwa mvinyo. Akija nyumbani hana masaa mzuri, ana wakati mzuri na ule mtoto msichana, ama hata kumenta huyu mtoto kijana. So unakuta majukumu kidogo mama inabidi achukue a bigger role, but majukumu ya baba hapo, kwa sababu ya kuchukua wakati mwingi kuwa na marafiki pale kwa mvinyo, unakuta baba kidogo amepunguza majukumu yake
kwa hivyo tunasema kwamba wanaume ni kama wamesahau majukumu yao.
Hatuwezi sema kwamba wamesahau, kwa sababu kuna wale, vile nilivyoanza, kuna wale wanafanya kwa utimilifu, kwa ukamilifu, na kuna wale kidogo wamelegea.
So some of them, they are perfect.
Some are perfect.
But others,
some percentage.
Some percentage. But what of the ladies? So let me hear from Mr. What do you say? We have heard that some men are not really to the top.
Yeah.
And also some ladies, she has said that ladies are doing the best.
Yeah.
So on your side, what do you say? What do you have to say?
No, when it comes to roles, nowadays, because of the modernization, it's like some roles have changed because you see, traditionally it was the role of the man to provide. Okay, but nowadays, because girl child go to school, boy child go to school, all of them they graduate, all of them are employed, they're getting money, and now, as my wife said, it may happen that maybe the lady is getting more money, more than the husband. So it's like she'll be providing for the basic necessities of the house. Okay, but traditionally, okay, in the first place, it was the role of the husband to provide.
Provide.
Yes, but here now things have changed.
Things have changed.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much. Let me hear from the young people here, then we'll hear from our brother here, then we'll continue. So, Jerry, what do you say? Do you feel that your dad and your mom are really performing their roles in the family? Not specifically from your family, but from your point of view. What is the cry of the girl child outside there? Maybe the girl child needs the mother to come and listen to them. They are crying. They don't have the items that ladies require, and they don't have a space whereby they can air out their views. What do you say?
Okay, what I can say, that the roles have turned to be the opposite of what we knew. Because there earlier before, we could have had that gathering of maybe your grandma, the extended now family comes in, where you could call ladies or the family, female family, and they talk to us about who we are. But nowadays, we have been left with internet. So families have totally failed when it comes to parenting. It has failed a lot. That is the reason why you will see very many pregnant young ladies, very many of them. Why? It is not because they have not been told, but this is because of the internet we have and the gadgets we have. The families or the parents have left their children only to learn through internet. And technology.
And what if I say that there is no space for accommodating one another? That is, the young girls are not ready to listen to their mothers. They are saying, this is an old guard. What can she tell me? So the girls prefer talking to their boyfriends to tell them to buy them parts and all that, maybe because of the fear between the girl and the mother also is always harsh, whereby she cannot have time with the girl child. Very busy looking for food and going to work, and the girl child is left in the house with the friends who are coming, and they feel neglected. Let's hear from our brother Moses here, also the boy child.
Okay, there are two things that I'll say about it. One, we cannot blame parents for what we are seeing in the society today. Number one, when you talk about the role of the father, I love the way you started, that a woman is a helper. From the word go, he was a helper. Eve was a helper. Now, if at all I want to marry, I don't know whether this happened during your time when you wanted to marry. If I want to marry Mary, we sit down and put everything on the table. And we agree that you are going to be my wife. The way you said, you are going to be my helper. If she understands the role of a helper, she will come knowing that in one way I might be imperfect. And thus, I want to differ with something talking of perfection. We have men who are perfect. Nobody's perfect. The only thing that happens in marriage and in families is everybody has kakosoro kidogo. But now, the other person understands and strives to make marriage work. When I'm not in a position to handle something, she comes and covers me. It is about covering each other. But what are we saying today? We are blaming mothers, we are blaming fathers for what is happening.
But from the youth point of view, do you feel that the parents are doing their roles? First, yes, they pay your school fee. Yes, they provide you with food. But the word of advice that is required for them, are they there for you as a young person to give you that advice?
They lack time to give advice.
So it means if they lack time, then it means that they are not performing their role.
We can't blame them. Allow me to say this and explain myself.
Yes.
Now we have these men, during those days, we used to have too much resources. We used to have a very big piece of land, mzee anaenda analima na kisha kwamba we have enough food in the house. A woman used to sit, analetewa, anapikia watoto, and they used to have time, wazee wanakaa na wakina vijana, wamama. But nowadays, the current generation we are living in, there is nothing like mzee kaa na watoto, because he's busy looking, because nowadays they are not, we can't satisfy the mouth we have in our houses. There are many, but how to get the resources we minimized. And therefore, this man leaves in the morning, go outside, look for how will I ensure that there's A, B, C, D in this house, in order to avoid mivurugano kwa nyumba. This woman also, in one way, atatoka, because now she wants also to help. She will leave. And that's why we are seeing nowadays, men and women, wanatoka wanaenda.
So I'm coming back to that question.
Yes.
So it means that when it comes to matters of advice from the parents that they are giving to you, to the young people, there is no space for that nowadays.
Nowadays there's no space.
There is no space for that. Because young ladies, they seek advice from their friends. The young boys, they get advice from their friends. And this is the reason why we are bringing up a family whereby children are not responsible, because they learn from their fellow kids. And the ladies the same. And we have ladies who are getting pregnant every now and then, because the mothers are not there to tell them, please, my daughter, this is how you should go. So let me hear from our brother here, Julius, what he has for us, the voice of the church. Maybe the church can have a better definition, roles, and what advice should the parents also give to their...
Yeah, I think for the roles, I will first wish to begin with 3 roles which are common both to the father and to the mother. Before a couple gets engaged and they marry one another, there are 3 major reasons as to why a person gets into marriage. And these 3 reasons, first is companionship. Companionship is a role for both the husband and the wife, or the father and the mother. They are together for companionship. Just as in the garden, the Lord saw that Adam was lonely. So he decided to make him somebody to be his companion. So companionship is one. There is 2, there is a sexual satisfaction. This is a role that is both for the husband and the wife, and each has to play his or her role. The third role is the role of procreation, and that role of procreation at times brings a lot of havoc, because in marriage it's not a must that you get children.
Yeah.
It might be the desire of every married individual to get into marriage and get children, but at times there are marriages where children are nowhere to be seen. That should not be a reason as to why one should get out of that marriage. Biblically it is there. We had so many people who were barren, the likes of Hannah. They soldiered on. Sarah, at 90 years, getting a child, the marriage did not break. So those are the 3 roles. Then, when we come to the man has got 4 beautiful roles, and we usually call them the 4 P's. 1 P number 1 is the man is the priest of the house. 2, the man is the provider. 3, the man is the protector, giving security. And by protection and security, it is not just from thieves coming into the house. No. It has to do with the protection of even the wife against other forces from outside. Like now we were talking of the extended family.
Yeah.
They might come, they might attack the wife. It is the role of the man to stay put and say, yes, this is what you're saying, but I'm covering my wife. I have to protect her. And finally, the role of procreation. So those are the roles.
So from our discussion, there are some issues that I want our viewers to get as well. One, it's about procreation, that is now having children in the family. Many marriages have broken. There has been a lot of divorce because of lack of the children in the family. People have been married for 10 years, 15 years, no child, life is going on. As a result, the wife decides to get another man to try, or the man decides to get another woman to try and see if he can have another child from somewhere. So to the couple that we have, what do you say about that?
Thank you, Alan. I think everything depends on the foundation of that relationship. For example, when I was courting her, before we wedded in church, we spent time, we sat and we talked about all the things. Long time before we wedded in the church. Those issues about finances, about children, about you name it. Now, if I can limit myself to the point of you are talking about procreation,
Yeah.
we talked, and we said, okay, I take you as my wife. Okay, as we know, children, they are blessing from God, so it's not a must that children must be born. It's not a must. That is God's will. Okay, so children, with or without children, the marriage should sustain. The marriage should stand. So we had agreed and we had talked and we said, do you take me for that? Yes. Do you take me for that? We took each other. So we thank God that yes, we are blessed with children. Now we thank God we have children. But even without children, I gave myself to her and she gave herself to me. That you could.
So it means that you are ready for better and for worse.
Yes.
And here comes a family, and maybe in the tribes and all that, whereby if you don't have a child, the wife is regarded as a useless lady in the family.
Yeah.
Or the
yes.
husband is
Yes.
regarded as a useless man in the family. And let me give an example. Maybe you got married and by bad luck, the lady happened to got a child before you are together.
Yes.
But now a situation comes whereby you have been living for 10 years, no child is coming out.
Yes.
So such kind of a scenario, Mrs., what do you advise that family? Because they want to divorce.
Okay, there are many reasons zile zinaweza fanya labda mtu akose mtoto. One, inaweza kuwa medically, labda huyu wakati alikuwa msichana alimesa. And my advice to the girls ya kwamba mkiwa bado wasichana, wachaneni na kutumia vitu vya kupanga uzazi mkiwa mngali wasichana. Tafadhali kaeni vivyo hivyo, ngojea wakati wako utafika. Maana wakati mnatumia hivi vitu vya kupanga uzazi, whatever it is you are using, just stop it where you are. Because as you use it, itafika wakati unataka sasa kuanza kuleta watu duniani, utakuta kwamba mwili wako una resist. So my advice to the girls, please stop kutumia hizo vitu za kupanga uzazi. Ngoja wakati utakuwa mzazi uanze kupanga uzazi. Jambo lingine ni kwamba labda wakati msichana alikuwa anakuwa, na nitarudi pale kwa extended families, aunties. Sana sana, sijui ni maumbile ama sijui ni nini, lakini auntie alipewa a certain section kwa familia ya kuwa spokesman. Anakuanga na sauti. So huenda ikawa huyu msichana alinenewa tu, alitamkiwa tu jambo. Na kwa sababu spiritually huyu msichana hajafuatilia kujua growth yake ilikuwa aje, unakuta labda alinenewa, labda alikosa kutunza mtoto mwingine vizuri, akaambiwa na wewe hutawahi lea wako. Hiyo inaweza kuwa sababu pia kutopata mtoto. Jambo lingine pia, huenda ikawa wakati alikuwa wakiwa urafiki, na hiyo ni watu ambao wako kwa urafiki wachunge sana. Wakati walikuwa kwa urafiki, wakapata mimba, na kwa sababu ilikuwa ya kuiba na wataki ijulikane, akatoa. Daktari kule hospitali hakumrekebisha vizuri ndani yake, akabaki na kasoro ndani yake. Wakati inafika wakati anataka sasa kubeba ujauzito wa ukweli wa uhalali, wakati wameanza kuwa kwa nyumba mke na mume, inashindikana kupata mtoto. Hii inaweza kuwa sababu nyingine, kwa sababu they messed up before, and because the doctor or the lady hakutaka ijulikane, because as I always say, vijana hakuna mahali najiandika umebandika mtoto wenyewe nini. Lakini msichana utatembea na jameni, utatembea kila mahali na ishara ya kwamba umebeba jambo la uwizi mahali. Kwa hivyo hiyo inaweza kuwa sababu, kwa sababu wakati daktari anakushughulikia, kwa sababu naye pia anaiba hiyo pesa kutoka kwako bila kutumia nguvu, hataki ijulikane. Kwa hivyo atafanya shady job here and there. At the end of the day, it is the lady who you remain suffering, whereas the young man will walk free. So ikifika wakati wa kupata watoto, the lady is suffering innocently. The man knows what he did, the lady knows what she did. But because they don't want anybody to know, they play it cool. At the end of the day, ladies are the ones who carry the bigger burden ya kulaumiwa. So kukosa kuelewa haya yote yanafanya mtu anakosa kujua kwa nini hawa watu wawili hawapati mtoto.
No, wait, Alan.
Yes.
Just to emphasize on what my wife is saying. And as I said, that it's all depending on the foundation. Before you go, before you go for marriage or wedding, you call it. And maybe you can go to the medical examination and you're examined and you are just perfect. You are able to get children. Okay? But as I said, anything can happen. Suppose you have gotten married today, after a week or after some time, something happens, maybe an accident happens, that makes you cannot function. Cannot get children. Now, are you telling me now that will be the end of the
so to some families,
yes,
the divorce has risen,
yes,
because of such kind of situation.
Yes.
The mother-in-law is demanding, I want to see,
yes,
my child, I want to see my grandchild.
Yes.
The father-in-law is demanding.
Yes.
So the lady
yes,
silently
yes,
is forced to be unfaithful in that marriage, because she doesn't want to open up on what is happening to the husband.
Yeah.
So she decides to get another man secretly,
yeah,
so that they can have a child.
Yeah.
And the man will be happy, rejoicing, feeding this child in the family, that this is my girl, this is my child. And yet that child was gotten by another man. Many marriages have broken up. Many people have committed suicide. And we need, as you have said, we need to agree and to accept the situation we are in as a families. If you don't have a child, please feel comfortable. Live in peace. The Lord shall provide for you. Don't go outside looking for the child. You will end up suffering and dying. And yes, our brother has something.
I believe I would wish just to possibly give maybe a slight solution. In marriage, communication is paramount. Before marriage and during courtship. And it is good to communicate and be frank. For example, if you know you have a situation that can make you not have children, why should you wait till you get to marriage, you try getting the children, and you knew from the word go, you couldn't? You get that? So communication is very, very important and very, very vital. And at the same time, even if you get into marriage, you don't have children, there's still a leeway whereby you can still adopt a child.
Yeah.
We have children who've been born, 2 or 3 months thrown away. They are in children homes. You can go through the adoption process. You get that child when that child is very small, and that child will grow knowing that for sure this is my father and this is my mother.
But as you talk of the adoption, I believe children are children. If you fail to open up to this child whom you have adopted, maybe there are kids who knew you before. There is a family who knew you before while you didn't have and you are not able to get a child.
Yes.
If you fail to disclose the issue to this child whom you call now your son or your daughter, that he or she was adopted, and in case she or he got the information from other sources, what will be the result?
And that's why I've said communication is key. Even if when you adopt a child and that child grows up with you,
Let the child know
let the child know
that he or she was adopted.
Yeah, there's no problem.
But the child is totally part of
A child,
the
is a child, whether adopted or born in that family. They are just the children. And,
So before we wind up, there is something that I want us, we talk about kidogo, especially about the empowerment in the families.
Okay, maybe Alan,
yes.
before you can just conclude on that point, there is this also part of a lady finds herself bringing up the children in a single family.
That's now single parenting.
Yes.
Yes.
The lady should not feel, because we also have, okay, for single fathers, it's not that much. But for single mothers, it's there are many reasons why you may find yourself in that situation. Now, when we talk about families, maybe you're feeling left out because now they're just talking about a father
Father and a mother.
And there's a child out there who is crying, maybe I was not brought up by a father. I was brought up by my grandfather, who happens to be the extended family. Now, for the single parents, it's my encouragement to you ya kwamba usione ni kwamba dunia imefika mwisho, kwa sababu wenda ikawa sio mpangilio ulikuwa umejipanga ya kwamba okay, there are those who plan, there are those people who just say me, as for me and myself, all I want is a child. So juu chini atatafuta na atapata huyo mtoto na atamlea. But kuna wale maybe out of rape cases, maybe in the process ya kuolewa tu, after just 1 month or 2 akadiscover maybe the man was playing hide and seek with her, so she decided that badala ni uawe by the other person, let me walk out. So at the end of the day alienda na ujauzito. So that child is brought up with a single parent.
Single parent.
So you reach a point whereby mama anakuwa single parent not by choice, but because of the situation yenye amejipata ndani, inabidi amlee huyu mtoto as a single parent. Now huyu mtoto wakati anaenda nyumbani, mama labda alikuwa bado anakaa kwa wazazi wake. So the child is brought up in an extended family. Now you should not feel guilty because now you are being brought up in an extended family. You should feel part of that family. And what I would encourage the single parents, whether you're a single father or a single mother, play your part. Just do your part right. Let God give you the grace to nurture up that child. And if you are a single mother, encourage your child to be close to your uncles and let the uncle be friendly and open up, because there are incidences also where uncles have messed up with the children. So please, mothers, be open to your children. Let them be close to a father figure, because when a child is brought up without a father figure around, inaleta shida tena baadaye. Authority is never respected because hajazoea mamlaka.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the single people, and we still remember you, and we'll have an episode for you. I want to talk about the empowerment, because a scenario has been seen whereby the woman has been empowered more than the man in the family. The woman is employed, is getting much money than the husband. I don't know, according to the society and with our viewers, there are many families, and I'm very sure, whereby men are feeling unsecured.
Yeah.
Men are feeling unsecured because of the resources that the wife has.
Yeah.
Some men, when they enter into their houses, they behave as if they are kids, because even the house where they live, the money was given out by the wife. The land, the money was the wife's money. So the husband feels that he doesn't have a voice in that family. So what do you say, Mr. Obari?
Okay, thank you, Alan. When it comes to empowerment, okay, empowerment is good.
Yeah.
But I'll just go back to my initial sentiments that it all depends on the foundation of that relationship. Because when you got married, maybe you had nothing. For example, when I married her, we had nothing. Okay. Now in the due course, maybe she upgraded. Okay, her academic and whatever, and then she became. She got more money than me and whatever. But the thing here is, as we said, the role of a man, the role of a woman. Let it be known that in that house,
The man is the head.
The man is the head.
And the man should still have a voice.
The man should still have a voice.
Even if he's not contributing
Even if he's not contributing in that family. But the thing here is, as I say, that once you have known the foundation, because as I say, it can happen. She can even end up maybe being a president, maybe being a member of parliament, maybe being member of whatever. But when she comes to my house, she should know that she is my house. She is my wife, not an MP, not a president.
Yes, Mr. Obari, just to cut you short.
But another thing before that.
Yes.
But so when we have this thing that she buy and we buy and whatever, as I said, please, and let it is good for viewers to note this, that even as we acquire the wealth of this world and whatever, let things be written, because I'm the head of that family. If she buys a land, okay, let it be
her
written.
Land. If she buys
if she buys a land, not her land.
Okay.
If she buys a land or a plot,
yes,
let it be written in my name. Or
your name.
Yes, in my name, because there's very danger. It is very it is because I mean there's danger here if she just write in her whatever in her name and whatever. There's a possibility. Okay, in future you'll be kicked out. And men have been kicked out.
And that's why I'm saying that men they don't have the voice in the family.
You see now the problem, but
especially the families whereby you find that the women has been empowered, or the women's has a lot of resources than the man.
Yes.
So because we have the young people here, I want just to give them opportunity to tell us, maybe in those families, because they have the fellow young people here outside in the community, how, when you talk to them, how do they say in a family whereby the mother has a lot of money than the father, how do they cope up with the situation, Mary?
Okay, for me, when we have that imbalance, those people who get a lot of pain is the children, because
the children,
yeah,
not the father.
No, fahari wawili wakipigana nyasi huumia. Kwa hivyo sisi watoto tunaumia tukiona mama ni kama kona power in a way than father. So we'll be asking, Daddy, kwa nini hauongei when things are going wrong? So we will demean the power of the father.
The authority to the father.
So I'll just advise, if you have that imbalance, try to hide, because when you do it openly, it's affecting. It's affecting
your children.
And when, for example, like I am a lady, when I go to my husband, because in future I will go, he'll do the same, because I've learned from the family. teach my children like
So
I'm
as
the
she
boss
said,
here. Yeah.
you just balance. Like
Yeah,
if she buys a car,
You buy a Range
wait,
Rover.
if she buys a car, okay, in the house, nobody will know that
This is the
That
the
car
the
belongs
mom's
to
yes,
car.
it is
Yeah.
ours.
But,
It
but,
is
but,
ours.
but there is a scenario. We have men outside there.
Yeah.
They bought cars.
Yes.
And they don't allow their wives to drive those cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening even now.
Yeah.
They don't allow their wives even to touch
I
the
think
keys
in
of
most
those cars.
cases,
Yes.
Such cases occur when maybe Mary waits till I get my wealth, ndio ajipendekeze ni more.
Okay.
But if it is something we are starting from a scratch,
Yes,
it will be very difficult.
that is it.
Number two, we've lacked people to mentor we who are maybe this generation.
Yes.
Because most of the families zenye tunaongelelea saa hizi zenye zimekuja of late ndo zina experience what we are saying. Kitambo hakukuwa na haya mambo sana. If mimi, you see mtoto wa nyoka ni nyoka, I concur with her. Wakati mama ako juu kwa nyumba every other day, obvious hawa watoto watagrow wakijua mama ndio huko juu.
Yeah.
Na wataenda atakuja kwangu kunikalia. She will come with that mentality kwamba sisi kwetu tunajuanga ni hivi. Now, if we would have a way kama ni kanisa, which maybe sijui kama ni kanisa ama ni government. Let's try look at how we can teach and empower both men and women. Because what the government is trying to do is
To
forgetting the boy child,
The
putting
government
more focus on the girl
on the
child,
girl child.
empowering this girl child. Skiza kidogo tu niseme. Na wakati tumeoana, we have agreed to walk this journey together. You came without, and under me or when we are together, God has blessed you. They say, when I get a wife, I get a good thing, and I find favor.
Yes.
Now, when you came, you might be the favor. Mungu atakufavor kwa sababu
Yes.
utapata kampeni. Are you there? Na umepata kampeni ukanunua shamba, mimi sina uwezo. Mungu amekutumia kuleta wealth in our family.
In our family.
Now you decide kumea pembe kwamba ni wewe. Never uangalie nyuma kwamba nilipata all this because I was being accommodated.
Yes.
So if we'll go knowing that kutoka mwanzo I'll walk with this girl or this man mpaka mwisho,
Yes.
vitu zinasambaratika. So it's just a matter of let us try to look at how we can empower, we as a church, we who are maybe calling ourselves a family. Let us empower our men. The government has forgotten them completely.
Thank you.
And remember, when this girl is amebahatika amepata kazi, wenda Mr. Obari umemsaidia, umemchanua.
Yes.
Badala ya kukaa kwa nyumba, enda ufunze pale.
Yes.
Mrs. Obari anatoka anaenda kufunza pale.
Thank you.
Sometimes unaenda unamuongelelea.
Yes.
Bahati mbaya ama mzuri apate pale kazi. Anapopata mshahara 10,000, bado anarudi kwako.
Yeah.
Ninataka ya nywele.
Yes.
Ile 10,000
Yes.
ni yangu.
Na Waswahili wanasema ama watu husema kwamba pesa ya mwanaume ni tamu kwa
That
mama.
is it. She will keep coming. That 1,000 shillings you have ndio itafanya shopping kwa nyumba.
But you must provide because
You
that's
That is
your
true.
role. Yeah.
You are still providing, but now she, with her money, she will still push you. Kuna ka plot fulani na lazima tununue.
Yes.
Pesa yake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Atakuja, atafute, niko chama, niko fanya. Remember, she's in several chamas. Mzee ndiye atalipa. Lakini akipata the boom, ni yake anaenda nanunua shamba. Atakuacha kwa mataa. So it is just good. We empower men. Hao wakiwa empowered, sisi pia tunakuwa empowered. Ndio tusikwe hiyo imbalance isitokee this generation.
So thinkers
I believe before we close, I would just wish to mention one thing. It's only the vows.
Yeah. Yes.
In marriage, all these things we are talking about are usually enclosed in the vows.
Yes.
For better, for worse, in sickness and in health, nitakushirikisha mali yangu na mali yangu nitakushirikisha. So if at all we can be able to keep those vows, I believe things can be okay. And I believe, despite the fact that the man is the one who's supposed to provide, it doesn't mean the wife cannot provide.
Yes.
We have the woman, Proverbs 31.
Yes.
He sets out to go and buy a field
Yes.
for the family.
Yes.
You get that?
Is it really buying a field or working
Yes.
hard?
No.
Buying a field.
It is written
Buying a field.
But not working hard?
No. A lady can go and buy a plot and come and for the family.
Yes.
But you see, we have the perception.
But let me just cut you short.
Yes.
A lady who is your wife
Yes.
cannot just go out, buy a field and bring you a title deed that this is our field. You need to communicate together. You go together and buy the field together. But she should not go alone and buy a field,
Sponsor
negotiate.
will go and
How do you make this a sponsored field?
But maybe she's working. She has
No.
her money.
No, that's what I said. I mean, just to put it in short, Julius is saying just a matter of trust. Just a matter of trust, because as I said, if she goes and buy a field and that plot is
And
the title
she
deed,
comes with a title
and
deed
she comes with
and
a title
tells
deed
you,
in
my
her name.
hubby,
But-
this is a surprise.
And this is a surprise, my
Yeah.
friend. You are in danger. Run.
Okay, maybe on the Christian point of view, it's good to be open to one another.
Yes.
Because as much as we may tell them to tell the men, you are telling the men to run
Yes.
when a wife comes with a title deed
Written in
or
her
with,
name.
with a key.
Yes, in her key.
Ni hatari sana kwa sababu that means there is no openness
Yeah.
Yes.
in that home.
That is it.
So it is good as much as we encourage, according to Proverbs 31, it is just talking about a hard-working woman,
Woman.
Yeah.
not necessarily buying a land.
Yeah.
It is just about a hard-working woman.
Yeah.
Because a woman can do 20 jobs when a man has just done one. The difference is the man does it wholeheartedly, and a woman does all these things because she has a bigger heart to accommodate many things, whereas the man will accommodate one thing. So it is not really telling the men to run away because the wife is going ahead. It's just a matter of encouraging men to be open to their wives, to love their wives,
And the wife to be open to their men.
and respect their husbands.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. And think as talk show things are moving, and we thank God so much. Njeri has something to say. I want us we conclude, but Njeri.
Okay, for me, kindly when you're making decision as a family, your husband and wife, kindly don't forget about children, because when you buy a land there, as a mother, maybe you've bought a land and you're coming into the house and you're telling, my children have bought a land. No. You and your husband or father and mother discuss there, then you call the children. I've seen this in my family and it may work. So call them. We are about to buy a land for the family, so this is what we are going to do, and this just highlight. This will create that balance, and there will be no enmity between the children and any of the parent. Maybe children and the father or the mother. There will be that balance. So engage us into the family issues.
So thank you very much, our viewers. And as you heard while we were in the course of the talk show, we touched on the single families. That is the single parent. We have the single mother. We have the man who is living alone with their children. Please feel part of this show. And we believe that come next time, we shall be able to talk about that. And we shall get somewhere. And in Thinkers Talk Show, as we said before, that we believe that there is a positivity in every negativity. In your families, please enjoy life, be free to one another, open to each other, and you shall enjoy yourself in that marriage. Together with your kids, give them the word of advice. Don't let them go out and be advised with the other kids outside there. So thank you very much, our viewers, and we love you so much. We love you so much, and feel very much welcome in our next show that we shall be able to talk about the single parenting families. Thank you, and thank you to the bench. Thank you.